Okay, tough morning today. Tough pairings. A lot of pressure, though, in the game's quanta. Okay. Played them before. I think French defence, weapon of choice. How's he been doing? Winning, losing? Okay. Okay. Oh, please, give me a break. No! Too many people are inspired by Petrosian, I think. No, I'm just kidding. We might do more Petrosian games at some point. I'll play this very boring system of Bishop B7, Queen C7, Castle Queen side with G5. If he plays E5, that is. Is he going to play E5? No? Is he going to play E takes D? I'm not casting kingside. With the overprotection attack ready to go, with no counterplay. Free hand for white once white overprotects E5. New theory on free hands. It's a situation where the opponent can do what they like. A free hand, you've got no counterplay. Avoid them like the plague. So he can overprotect E5 here, with my king over there though. So I play H5 here, H4, a bit blocked up. G5 straight off the bat, you just take, there's on F7. I get knight G4 in, maybe, so I'm going to go for that. H4, knight G4. So I reached my peak earlier. Actually, I think I've beat my peak 15-minute rating earlier with that win against Thingy. If I'm not mistaken, 2-1-4-3. 22nd of January. So I've now played 72 games on this time control. So okay, so knight takes D5 or rook D5. Knight D5 or rook D5. I think knight D5 keeps the bishop, well not pawn takes, keeps the bishop kind of. Okay, what about bishop F6? I'm on F4, got that covered. So bishop F6. To sort of cover E5 a bit more. Actually, maybe H4 as well. Am I convinced? He's got a big hack attack here going. Let's play H4 myself. B5. B5 is a bit loosening, isn't it? Really, it's got to be sad. So I think H4. Charge on the other side. Give him the A file. That's an evil decision. Or is it? Was that just silly? Possibly. I think I was concerned just then about B5 and knight E5 and then D4 at some point, B5 being loose and A6 being a pain. But on the other hand, this A file doesn't look the most healthy A file in the world against my king. But if I control F4 for low bishop F4s, don't really know. And there might be mass exchanges on E5, I don't know. Okay, so how dangerous is this A file? We're about to find out. So if I open up a file to him as well, mind you, there's there's bishop f4 on the cards. If I'm not careful. Knight f4 here takes queen f4. Is that as dumb as it looks? If the knight moves somewhere, queen g4. That looks interesting. Knight f4. Knight f4 take. Knight f1, queen g4. And I might have juicy stuff coming up. I get my queen on g4. It's knight d5, maybe that's an outright refutation. Knight d5, queen g4, it's knight b6. It's looking grim. So is there any need for that? Play sort of more normally here. Double up rooks, rook h7. If it takes the rook h over here. Is this rook h7? Is that too normal, maybe? I guess he's got knight takes, bishop f4. Just letting my rooks double here anyway, with rook h5. Is e5 out of the question? If the rook's doubled, then something like knight d4 or knight e5 might be on the cards. For rook h1, you know, takes rook h1, bishop coordinating with two rooks. But bishop f4, e5. Is that a time gain or just weakening knight squares? Bishop e3 and I block in the rooks. What about this queen d7? Actually that attacks d3. So I'll go for queen d7. Can't see anything immediately wrong with that. Playing double rooks, that'd be an achievement. Then queen d5. Then if knight moves, rook h1. So can I get this exciting doubling of rooks going? Will the dream come true of doubling the rooks? All I want is to double the rooks. Is that too much to ask? Aha! It's the cost of a pawn. Rook h5, d takes c, queen d5. There's knight h4 there, that's a bit of a pain. I'll play it anyway. Let the dream come true. Is the reality terrible? Queen d5, knight h4. There's no queen g2. King's getting torn to shreds. What about g5? g5 there. If the knight ever moves, there is rook h1 after knight takes e5. Even bishop takes, queen takes, and still rook h1. So g5. And g4. Knight moves. What about... No. C takes and knight d4 is a threat, isn't it? Knight takes rook h1, it takes here, queen takes, knight takes rook h1. So d takes, but there's no threats. Queen d5, there's knight h4. That's a real pain, that knight h4 business. Queen takes g2, king takes g2. Knight takes d4, check. Win the queen back. If knight takes g2, is rook h1 mate, so I can win the queen back. Wow. Actually, it wouldn't be knight d4, but knight e4, knight e5, knight d4, knight d4, then bishop h4 after. So that's not so bad. Maybe knight h4 isn't a killer move, as it would seem. Bishop to the rescue, still on the diagonal. So d takes c5, queen d5, knight h4, queen takes g2, if knight takes g2, rook h1, if king takes, there's knight d4 check, king moves, knight takes e2, rook takes, bishop h4 takes, looks like a bit of pressure, bishop's good, hopefully my king's safe enough. So deep calculation for d takes c5, b takes c5, queen d5, knight e5, rook h1, mating, d takes c5, queen d5, d takes c5, knight d4, probably mating. Okay, what's going on here? I'll play queen d5 here. D takes. Again, rook h1, queen f3, knight d4. Oh, hang on. It's queen b6. Threatening mate. What about g5 first? Kick this bishop first, away from my king. Is that price too far? Queen d5, queen d6, end of game. It's on my king. I've got to kick the bishop. g5 is a way of kicking the bishop. Knight g5, bishop takes. Alright, bishop e5, maybe just takes. Okay, g5 first. There was also d attacking the queen, but queen b6 again. I've got to get the bishop off f4. She loses a piece with knight e5 takes. I'm attacking the queen. And this is a horrible rook a8 coming up against my king. I don't want to think about those things too much. the opponent can work out their resources. I just work out the basic resources which mate me, but after that I want to be brilliant against the opponent's king. It's optimism. I know it's terrible, and it's why I'm going to lose games. Okay. Queen d5 c4 is worth checking out. Again, there's rook h1, take, king h1, queen f3. Ah! Okay. Sack an entire rook. Well, if I just take that, otherwise bishop rotate. I need to take the bishop, otherwise I think this is pretty bad news, unless there's something absolutely brilliant like rook h1. I can get that position where I'm 2 exchanges down, exchange there, with no major threat, apart from maybe e5. So rook h1 takes. There's also just g takes. So if any knight e5 are going to take here, then knight takes e5. So just rook h1 and g takes. It's got the idea that I'll play e5, bishop g2 there. I'm tempted just to buy a move. Mind you, I can just do that with g takes. Is bishop better on h1? What's the trade-off here? G takes, pawn takes, rook takes, protects c5, but no immediate threats. If we look at rook h1 takes, g takes, the difference is I've still got the h file operational here, and rook takes h1 as a threat. If you waste time with bishop g2, then maybe e5. Oh, I think it's this one then. Keep the h file open. So I want to play queen d5. Do I bishop g2, end of attack? What about just, if I'm threatening now, rook h1, king h1, queen d5, king g2, as knight takes d4 there. So he plays bishop g2, unfortunately, and then it's not so funny. Bishop d8, I don't know, defense, I don't know. e5, bishop d8, or queen d5, knight e5. Nope, can't see it. Queen g2, knight d4 there. Actually, that's alright, again, that queen side. So queen d5, okay, I think he's wary about his king. He's trying to get to my king. I wonder rook h1 here. Is he giving me a shot at his king? Rook h1, king takes, queen d5. King g2, knight takes d4. There's no major check on the way. I have to play it now, I think. So knight takes d4. He's got, no, he hasn't got queen c5. If I play knight takes d4, I eliminate that d4 pawn. That's one bit of good news. So knight takes d4 might be possible. Rook a8 takes, that's okay. It's got a king escape, king f1. Worry about that when I get there. Maybe queen d3, f3. Don't know. So, okay. Yeah, what's going on there? King g2, knight takes d4. Why isn't that good? Should have played bishop g2. Could have avoided this situation. So knight takes d4 looks strong. There's no queen c5, that's an important thing. Rook a8, maybe I just take the rook. Okay. Okay, so we have this situation. Queen d3. He's got queen c5 on the cards now. What about just bishop takes d4 here? Leaves the king where it is. If rook e2, there's rook queen h1 mate. There's no queen c5, which is another key thing. Did I mention that before? Rook a8, maybe I just take the bishop, no big deal. I think bishop takes d4. I'm saying 2 exchanges down, so what? King safety. overrides the material, quality, time, attack, potential, king safety. What does he do about these two bishops? Attack and defense, bishop takes d4, threatening mate, rook e2 is answered by queen h1, protects c5, beautiful move, surely. His bits are just nowhere near my king at the moment, apart from rook a8, and that doesn't seem that brilliant. I've basically got 3 bits against his king. He's resigned here. Okay, 2-1-3-2. Exciting games this morning. I hope you agree. Very exciting games. All of them. Win, lose, been exciting. It's the main thing. Cool. So we have these doubling of rooks. The dream came true at the cost of something. One exchange. I think just bishop g2 tests things more. Queen d5, and then where's the attack after bishop g2? You might ask. Quite rightly. There might not be any attack after bishop g2, which is a shame. Yeah, e5 is not convincing. D takes queen g4. Worth maybe a post-mortem, see if there were any opportunities earlier. Just went straight into this bishop and queen battery. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.